host, the most Ranger J 1999 from Realitude Gamers, and you are listening to the Escape Podcast, perhaps? This show was recorded in front of a live Twitch audience. Wait. What? That's not right. What is it? Paul? Stuff you make me read, man. Anyway, take it away, boys.
One is a Grand Arena specialist from the UK. The other is a territory battle tactician from the US. Together, there are no signs of intelligent life on board. With both having played this game since launch, the one thing we are sure of is that you will be entertained. The Escape Pod Cast, a service of the Escape Pod Castaways. A weekly podcast about the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Live from the network studios of Yavin 4, here are your hosts, Neil Andrew Eyre and Paul Anthony.
Coming up on this week's edition of the Escape Pod Cast.
It is good to have you back in the cockpit, mate.
Well, I told you I wasn't going anywhere, buddy.
Yeah, but you saddled me with Thad last week.
I was there too. I was just in the background helping with chat.
Yeah, well, don't do that again, please.
I can't promise anything, but I don't plan on having any more surgery anytime soon.
I bet the listeners can tell that this was a pretty slow week in the game.
Yeah, no conquest, the most hated game mode, light side GOTB.
Whoa, you talking bad about territory battles?
Well, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, Neil. What else can I say?
Well, we have a big announcement from our guests in our incoming transmission.
We sit down with the incomparable Fruit Ninja Mike and talk about the rigors of SWGOH.
And I will hit him up for a little bit of GAC strategy for our listeners.
Then, of course, the latest episode of Hellion the Noob.
Another reminder of our end-of-month gaming handheld giveaway.
Along with Patreon's choice on the bridge.
All this and breaking news as and if it happens.
Right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast News.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Escape Pod Cast. I'm your host, The Nev, and as always, I am joined by my hetero life partner and co-host, Paul. Paul, how are you today?
I'm doing
Smiling.
well, Neil. How are you today is the question.
Yeah, no, I'm really, really good. It's been a good week. It's been a very, very good week in Star Wars. Yeah, must admit, I'm having a blast.
It's been a good week in Star Wars.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, there was stuff about there was more stuff released about the Book of Boba. You know, that extended universe book's been doing really, really well. Yeah, I think it's been a good week in Star Wars.
Why don't you educate the layman over here on that extended universe book that you were talking about?
It's basically 30 years ago. Basically, it was when the extended universe was at its height. So you had a lot of Star Wars era, kind of like 10 and 20 years based off after Return of the Jedi, and the extended universe was in full swing. So, you know, every book that came out before the previous book continued, you know, any stories like the kids that Luke, the kids that Leia and Han had, the relationships between Lando and, you know, his lady friend, and Luke off, you know, searching for Jedi for his academy and stuff like that. And this book came out from a guy that had been commissioned, and it was called Heart of the Jedi. And the thing was, it never got published. I mean, it was a bantam. It was an officially sanctioned EU book, written by an author, but for some reason it just didn't get published. And recently, people had heard about it and found out about it, and somebody, the rumor was that it was either Dave Filoni or Jon Favreau. I don't buy into this rumor, but the rumor was that it was either Jon Favreau or Dave Filoni that was getting it published at cost. So nobody was making any money. It wasn't right. No one was because the book is free because it was never published. So the author just made it Creative Commons, so anybody could have it, and anybody could have it printed. So an artist got involved, come up with covers, and then there was somebody out there having it printed at cost and then selling it for like $5 on Amazon. And it made it all the way up to, well, it didn't make it to number 1, but it at one point it was the best-selling Star Wars novel. So I was happy because it's nice to see that kind of extended universe novelization made. And then obviously the other story was that kind of has me all excited regarding the Book of Boba. Because we don't, I mean, me and Thaddeus kind of like had a chat and speculated, what way are they going to do? Is it going to be like gangster wars?
When were you doing that? You had messaged me saying, "Hey, is this and this ready?"
Yeah,
I want to talk with Thaddeus.
We did it on Tuesday. We did it on Tuesday night.
Okay.
Thaddeus wasn't going to go live, but his lot bugged him. His Discord server bugged him into going live. And he messaged me, and I was like, "Yeah, there's loads of stuff to talk about." Because obviously, half a dozen people saw Gina Carano on the set of the Book of Boba, so it's going to be interesting to see what Jon Favreau does with Cara Dune in the Book of Boba. But yeah, it was just a conversation. What kind of a story is it going to be? And I think we kind of came to the loose conclusion that we think it might be like gangs, underworld gangs fighting, in-house fighting, because obviously Boba's basically what marched into Jabba's old palace, killed what's his fate? Killed Bib Fortuna and taken over the Jabba the Hutt kind of like franchise, gangster wise. And I kind of think,
the Hutt cartel.
Yeah, and I kind of think that Bib was like a placeholder and paying tribute to like a bigger boss that's higher up. And that boss is going to come to Boba Fett and say, "Hey, look, you all right? Fine, you've taken over from Bib, but you need to pay tribute to the bigger boss." And Boba's going to be like, I pay tribute to no one, and that's what I think. That's what I think the Book of Boba is going to be about. It's going to be like a gangsters versus gangster type storyline.
All right, so I don't want to get into the whole debate over Cara Dune itself, but how reliable was this rumor of Carano on the set?
5 individual different people all reporting that she was on the set.
Okay, now when you say that, Neil, that piques my interest of saying that it's true, but you say 5 different people.
Yeah,
now, normally
5 independent sources.
5 independent sources not quoting each other.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's
because that's the rumor at the end. I think it came out a couple of weeks after the end of season 2 of Mando. Was the way that Jon Favreau sees the Cara Dune character moving forward is with the Rangers of the New Republic, and the way that happens is leap padded from the Book of Boba. So she's not like Cara Dune's not in it. She's like has a cameo in it, but with that, that X-Wing pilot that gave her the badge in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a very, very short cameo / narrative in the book of Boba where, apparently he's going to pass away and ask her to take up the mantle of, because that's what he is. He's like a ranger. He's an X-Wing pilot, but he is, for all intents and purposes, a ranger of the New Republic because he flies around the galaxy, the outer rims, the not policed areas, kind of like trying to keep things in check and keep things in order. And obviously, if he shuffles off the mortal coil, he needs someone to take up that mantle, and he sees Cara Dune taking up that mantle, and then that's when they'll move into Rangers of the New Republic.
I mean, I would personally love to see. I'll put it this way, and in this game, they made Cara Dune pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. And I would love to see new opportunities for that character. I would love to see. I don't want to see it recast as much
Well, it's
as
not going to get recast.
I know, but I'm going to say I don't want to see it get recast.
Why would it get recast?
Even though
that makes no sense.
When somebody plays stupid games, they should expect stupid prizes to match. You try to stir up controversy on the internet, you're going to get blowback. But at the same time, there were people picking on the exact wording and things like that. Sure. It's a crazy, stupid world out there where half the people are going to agree with me 5 seconds ago, and in 5 seconds, half the people are going to disagree with me.
Excuse me.
By the way, I totally missed it. Dr. Feelgood, thank you for the 100 bits.
Yeah, thanks for the biddies, buddy.
And the Buckoff fan, we will get to that question in the 4th segment, which you redeemed channel points for. Thank you for that.
Oh yeah, have you done my new solo redemption yet? Just while we're on the point of channel point redemptions. Have you
I have yet? Not. Remind me what it is. Maybe I'll do it right now, or I'll do it during the break.
T-shirt swap.
Oh well,
I've got 19 Star Wars T-shirts, and I want to keep them in a pile next to me. So when I do my solo streams, people can redeem channel points to make me change my Star Wars themed T-shirt.
we will certainly we'll make that happen, and it'll be anytime solo stream T-shirt swap, because Mrs. Anthony also draws T-shirts for woot.com, and you know that I love trying to support the wife.
Mm-hmm.
So I can swap Mrs. Anthony shirts. Speaking of, did you see today's shirt, Neil?
Yeah, it's a Heinzie shirt.
Yes,
the Aussie adult. Oh, so disappointed. I've got Ranger's on a mission. Ranger is on a mission when he goes on the Gridsy session later on this evening. I've told him he needs to tell Heinzie to stop getting better. We don't watch him to do GAC well. We watch him to preload the turn meter. Because there's been very little preloading from him recently in Grand Arena Championships, and I've said, yeah, bring back the preloading. Ranger's on a mission.
I'm excited to. Of course, he's going to do that because Ranger likes to roast people. But I'm excited that Heinzie's getting better, which in turn makes me think that I can get better, even though I'm still getting my butt kicked at GAC.
He only lost twice last week. Twice in an entire week. That was it. Twice in an entire week he lost. Couldn't believe it. It's like, where's all the preloading? Come on. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's been an excellent week. How's GA Center going? I mean, it really truly has been a slow news week, because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go into the show prep room.
Yeah, no,
This-
GAC. GA
Well,
Center.
here, let me just explain to people who are tuning in for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content, which we will be getting into when we talk about GA Center here. But it was, what was the start of last week? Last week was May 8th. Okay, so May 8th would be any new news.
Yeah, we
Since
had all
May
that May
8th,
the 4th stuff, didn't we?
we did. We got all the May the 4th stuff. But since May 8th, this is all. Here's your news for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. The data mine says that there's going to be a Bad Batch beginner bundle, a Bad Batch squad bundle, 2 toolkits, and another mod pack. Mod Hall Speed is what it's being called. Well, maybe we'll get into that. But the rest, everything has been about the accounts that on May 4th got reset. And that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Now, that's a good thing in my eyes, Neil. That is a good thing because that means it looks to me, with the discerning eye, they've put all of their resources into trying to fix this missing account stuff.
I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have. Yeah. It's no news is good news.
In this situation,
In
yes.
this situation,
next week on Tuesday, we'll get the next reveals. Anyway, tell us about GA Center, and then maybe we'll pop back and talk about both these the gripes with the mod halls and also the why account restore being the only thing we heard from CG being a good thing.
Yeah, no, GAC this past week, that went very, very well for a lot of competitors. It's getting very, very interesting in the Premier League. Most of, in fact, I would say all of the divisions and all of the leagues, the winners are pretty much set. A is definitely going to be Calvin Awesome. Double A is definitely going to be Fort Mort. Triple A is definitely going to be Gom. Moon. Major League's definitely going to be gone, but the Premier League is where it's all at. I mean, Zareth Prevails is still the #1 competitive content creator. He still holds the top spot, but the 3 people immediately underneath him, 1 round win away, are all 1 round win away. So you've got Endor, Fruit Ninja Mike, and Bitcoin, all 1 round behind Zareth, waiting to pounce if he loses.
Let me springboard off of that for a moment with speaking of Zareth. Congratulations go out to Zareth because he is now verified and a partner with Twitch.
He's rocking the blue check mark.
He is rocking that mark. I am so excited for him. Congratulations on behalf of all the Castaways. That is a monumentous achievement.
A check mark that actually means something. A check mark that actually means something. So yeah, definitely. Bravo. We're going to be seeing a lot more of Zareth, I think. So, it's going to be interesting to see how he fares once the GAC reboot occurs. I actually think it's probably going to benefit him. I genuinely think it's gonna benefit him because the opponents he face are going to be much more closely matched to him than the way that matches get thrown around at the moment.
And I hope it does for me too. Is
Yeah,
it going to
it
help
could for you
people
as
with
well.
fluffy bottoms? We are saying yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the Division 2 still has a large spread, just not as large a spread as it was before. It's got the largest spread of all of the divisions because Division 2 goes from 6.65, obviously all the way up to 7.8, but a 1.2 mil spread is better than, several million spread, So I really do hope, and I do firmly believe that the rebooted divisions will make matches a lot closer, especially down there in those in the lower divisions around the Division 3 and Division 4. No longer will you be, someone in Div 4 isn't going to face someone with a million more GP, but the a matching top 80. So you're not going to face huge amounts of people with ridiculously fluffy bottoms because it didn't pick up what was in there. Your top 80 matches their top 80. And then they've got like 20 relics immediately underneath their top 80, that kind of thing.
So here's the fun. Here's another fun thing, Neil. I'm gonna ask this question, and I mean we can both answer it. I'll take it first here. But Nabokov fan does ask a question pertinent to what we're talking about. How is GA Center preparing for all the expected division changes? Is it frustrating that we don't know who is setting what? I'm starting
we know who's
on
setting
the
what,
master sheet this weekend, where we're taking all of the people that we currently cover that write reports that are interactive with us and the community, and we are putting them in, and everybody's going to be slotted by their division. There's no more triple A, double A, single A. But I think it's Division 2. Is it, Neil? Division 2 that has pretty much everybody.
Yeah, division from a perspective of us cover, who we cover. Division 4 and Division 2 are going to be quite top heavy. I mean, as far as we're concerned, the division splits help because we'd already split Division 1 into 5 groups, which is exactly what CG did. They split the old Division 1 into 5 divisions, and we'd already done that on the show. Granted, we did our splits not just based on GP, but also based on top 80. We were trying to get people's GP and, take into consideration top 80, their GP and their top 80. Obviously, that isn't up for consideration with the reboot. They're just taking the flat GP. They just took the flat GP of everybody in Division 1 and broke it down into 5 divisions. So from that perspective, it's not going to be a major issue for us because we were going to go, Season 3 was going to go all the way down to Division 2 anyway, and Division 2, the current Division 2, will become the new Division 6. So we'll still be covering 1 through to 6, but how many people we cover, it will vary because I think we've got maybe 8 or 10 in 1. I think we've got between 15 and 20 in 2. I think we've got 10 to 12 in 3. I think we've got 15 or 16 in 4. I think we've got 8 or 10 in 5, and then I think we've got 8. We'll have 8 in 6. So yeah, but we'll try and even it up as much as possible. I have been mulling over the idea, Paul, that if you finish at the bottom of your division, you're not just relegated, because we can't really relegate people, but we can relegate people from coverage.
No,
I have been mulling over that idea. So if you finish,
Hey, Thad and I give you reports every single week.
If you prop up the bottom of your table, if you prop up the bottom of the, I'm looking at you, Thad. Yeah, no, I was mulling that over as for the ones that because we will have some new content creators. We will have some new content creators for season 3 and some returns. Some people that like retired and have come out of retirement. So we got a couple people coming back as well.
Well, let's take a quick break. Let's and we'll talk more of, more especially of Division 2, because we're not it's going to be interesting how we're going to split Division 2 because it has more than 12. And we'll cover that in just a moment after these messages. And speaking of GA Center, the Patreon leaderboard for this week, right here on the Escape Podcast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or Territory Wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod Cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to ShittyBill's Arena Tracking Bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I approve this message and am compensated for signups for this service.
The world's largest audiobook library is at your fingertips, and the Escape Pod Castaways wants you to try it for free. Head on over to escapepodcastaways.com and click the Going Nerdy offer button to claim a free audiobook and 2 Audible originals. Cancel anytime, and it's absolutely free to sign up. Check out Audible and support the Escape Pod Castaways, all for free. See Audible website for details. Restrictions may apply.
We want you. Join the GAC Chain Gang today. This is the commander of the 506 Procrastination Battalion and the leader of the GAC Chain Gang. I am sending out a call to action for any SWGOH content creators on Twitch who would be willing to broadcast their GAC attack rounds alongside some of our best, including Mr. Jigabachi, Dr. Zeppers, Rico 1982, and the Bounty Honeys. What is the Chain Gang, you ask? We are an amazing group of content creators who are dedicated on streaming the Grand Arena Championship attack rounds on Twitch. The idea is to provide continuous content back-to-back from one streamer to the next and allow the viewers to enjoy more SWGOH content, as well as enjoy the variety of streamers that are currently present in the group. If you are interested in joining the Chain Gang, please reach out to myself on Discord at AndyBeads, #7465, or you can send us a message on our Twitter page at ChainGAC. Join us today. We have your back.
Welcome to this week's Patreon leaderboard on the Escape Podcast. This segment is a tie-in to our Twitch and YouTube show, GA Center, seen on the Twitch side, Tuesdays, during the first 3 weeks of a season, and Wednesdays on the final week. It's hosted by Nev and Ranger from Reality Skewed Gamers, and this part is provided as a service to our Patreons at the Kyber combatant level or higher. Interested in joining the board and the report? Check out patreon.com/theescapepod for more information. Deadline for next season is June 6th. Let's get to it. Big Country Mags, our current defending champion. He didn't file a report, and let's take a look at the stat. Oh, well, he didn't file a report because he didn't join. 0-3 for the week. D, he filed a report, says it's been a rough couple of rounds for GAC. Busy personal life is making it easy to forget to attack. He still managed 1 win, and because he didn't take 8th, he's quite happy. 45-12, 15 up, that's 15 wins, 2 losses on the battles, 2 defensive holds, and that does it for D this week. Dr. JoJo, round 1, he faced a guy with 4 Galactic Legends compared to his 3. It did not matter. He one-shot the ground, but made a stupid fleet mistake. But he didn't even try on his slacker, his opponent didn't try, or the CLS on the back wall. Round 2, he faced the guy who put such a weak defense, he scored his best score of 5v5, and even had drop battle. Then he one-shot full cleared him, but still managed to lose by 40 banners, even though he one-shot him. Round 3, he says, was a hell of a competitor. He, who had only 1 GL versus his 3, but slick mods and the best Grievous team he's seen. It took 3 shots to beat his Grievous, 2 shots for each fleet, and in the end, his slacker and his unmasked on the back wall was too much. But this week, he's got his newly unlocked Relegate JML with only 3 Zetas this week. All right, final stats for Dr. JoJo: 62, 57, 27 up, 6 down, 5 holds, 3-0. All right, let's move on to Force Strong. Force Strong says round 1 opponent auto set, so it was pretty straightforward. They couldn't take down the Padme, and he full cleared. Round 2, that was. Round 3, despite outweighing his opponent by almost 1 mil, they struggled to get through his defense and could not clear his back line. Thought that they had a wicked rebel fleet, which denied him his full clear. Final stats for Force Strong: 60, 58, 26-2, 14 holds, 3-0 for Force Strong. Hot Sauce, who is the creator of HotUtils and is a sponsor of the program. He's not a streamer, but he does make some awesome bots. So check out HotUtils.com. Hot Sauce, 62, no report, 62-19 for his banners, which was almost the best of the week. Dr. JoJo with his special round 2 denied him that. 27 wins, 10 losses, 7 holds. But he goes 2-1. Punchy did not forgot to join last week. This week, joined but didn't attack. We understand what's going on with Punchy. We've been reached out to personally, and our thoughts are with you, Punchy. Schnarman goes 3-0. No report, 52-50, 21 up, 0 losses, and 3 holds. For Schnarman, 3-0 with 0 losses and 21 wins. That is a triple crown. Congratulations. And Sephironis. Seth goes with no report. Got 30-26 in his banners. 7 wins, 0 losses, 3 holds. Goes 1-2. Let's take a look at the final boards here. we're going to mix it up, and let's see how everybody did. Dr. JoJo currently leading the pack at 6-0 with 12,565 battle banners for this month. 4 Strong is behind him, but he's behind him by almost 1,500. So he wants Dr. JoJo to slip up. Schnarman 6-0 as well in 3rd place. Hot Sauce drops to 5-1, and I don't think anybody else is going to catch it. They're all battling for placement now. Sephiranus at 3-3, D at 2-4, along with Big Country Mags, which, with the not joining, did surprise us, and Punchy 0-6. That does it for this week's Tepsi GA Center Patreon leaderboards. Stay tuned for more of the Escape Podcasts right after this. Be nice to each other, damn it.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. So,
Neil,
we were talking about, yes, thank you. We were talking about the Division 2. So, I think, and I'm proposing to you live on the air, that we do, based on their record for this past 4 weeks, we'll look at all the new Division 2 people and just divide them up, the best half and the worst half.
No, we can't do that because we don't know who the best half and the worst half is.
Well,
You've got to have a top and a bottom. You just got to have a top and a bottom. It's as simple as that.
But the thing is,
we can't split up. We cannot split up Division 2 into 2 groups before we know who is the best and who is the worst.
Right, that's what I'm saying. At the end of this part, Division 2, however they placed wins and losses over the past 48 weeks, 2 Division 5, 2 5v5s and 2 3v3s. It doesn't matter what their top 80 was at that time. They played against their top 80. I just think that it would be more fun to see 2 close divisions instead of, oh, look, these 2 people are running away with it. Oh, look, Paul and Thad suck. I see it every single week.
And what happens when somebody that gets put into the prescribed worst of Division 2 does better than the person that's winning the prescribed better half of Division 2?
Then they've been doing really well, and they've come back from being mediocre, and they've become better.
Yeah, but they should be, but arguably they should be in the same division as the people that are doing that. And that's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say we don't know the stats, all of the stats for how the divisions are going now. They're not totally irrelevant, but they are completely different. There are completely different variables moving forward once the divisions get reboot, because we don't know how the algorithm is going to work. We don't know how the matchmaking is going to work. The matchmaking could change so much that people that haven't been doing well in Division 1 now, all of a sudden do really, really well because of the more equal matchups. Somebody that does really, really well in Division 1 might all of a sudden find themselves doing not so well because they find, they're finding themselves getting matched.
And then the next season, we do the same for divisions that are bigger than 12.
I just don't see the difference in having a top and a bottom half. I think it's fairer to have a top half of the table and a bottom half of the table, depending on how many people there is. I don't think we want to be going beyond 20 in a single division.
I don't think we should go above 17. Like once we hit 17, then we have to split it somehow.
Well, no, that's what I mean. 20. If we had 20, we would have a top half with the top 10 in it, and then we would have a bottom half of the table with the bottom 10. So if there was 20 people, if we have 20 competitors, let's say for argument's sake, we have 20 people in Division 2, we cover them in one table, but they're just like we did in Season 1. Remember in Season 1, we had so many people in Division 1, and what we did was we had a top of Division 1 and a bottom of Division 1, and then we had Division 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6.
We did. I will wholeheartedly agree that we did have that. But I also quite remember seeing, when you got to that point, the people who are in the bottom half got 10 seconds of coverage, as you said. This is what the bottom half of the table looks like. Some so-and-so's at the bottom, they get the wooden spoon. And then you glowered and sung.
Well, we can do that. We can
every single individual on the way up on the leaderboard when you just got done covering them.
Well, we can do that for Season 4 then. We can literally do that for Season 4. And then we'll do that for Season 4. So we'll have a full season of stats for the people in Division 2. We'll have a full season of stats for the people in Division 2 using a top and bottom method. And then when we do Season 4, because you got to remember that our seasons of coverage are only going to be 3 months long at that point. Then when we do Season 4, we can have a Division 2 elite and a Division 2 not so elite. And we'll have, we can do, if people are in that division long enough, we can do a promotion and a relegation from that perspective for Season 5.
Here's a great idea that Nabokov fan put in the chat. Why don't we see if there is a nearly even split of overseas gamers versus US gamers, and see if we do a US title and a rest of the world title. Why don't we try that? See if that's possible.
See if there's enough. I mean, we could do an American division. I mean, we might have the numbers. Although saying that, we do have enough Canadian streamers that we could, if necessary, if we didn't have the numbers to make it an American division, an American rest of the world split, we could do a North America rest of the world split.
Sure.
We'll just have to see. You'll just have to check the numbers and check people's nationalities. So we could, we could have, this is the best in America, and then this is the best in the rest of the world. But then you're going to get people in America going, well, no, I want to see how I do against that.
Well, good although saying that, stats.
Although saying
we
that,
have to split it so it's not just coverage of so people get even coverage. If people are going to take their time out, which they do, to do their GACs, which they do, and stream them, which they do, and then give us reports, which if they didn't, they're gone this coming season. Just saying, guys, sorry if your favorite streamer doesn't want to be part of this. That's not our fault. But, it comes down to the fact of, if we have enough people, they can do their own math and see how they do against a different division. I can put that together with the numbers.
All of those ideas sound great in theory, but in practice, it adds variables that people will complain about. Because it will add, if we did an American league versus the rest of the world.
I like American league versus international league.
Versus
because I like baseball.
Yeah, the people in the there might be competitors that are in the international league that are like, well, no, because I want to compete against the best, and you've just shoved a load of the best into the American, and the American league would be like, I want to compete against the best, and you've just split us all up. Whereas if we have,
then why aren't you okay with my with the best of the best?
I am after we have a season of stats.
But we've just had.
But the stats for the current GAC are different from what the stats will look like after a season of the rebooted divisions. The variables are completely and utterly different. The stats for this season are based on people in Division 1 with GPs, exceeding certain amounts, right?
Okay. So what
and
I'm trying to
between
do,
different amounts.
I'm just trying to make it so there's enough fun in the first season instead of, okay, and here's your glob of here's Division 2 and here's the little cake topper.
Yeah. If that's what happens, that's what happens. I don't think that that's going to happen. I mean, the Major League has been won by somebody that's been in the lead all season. The AA League, all right, there's been a little bit of backwards and forwards there's been a little bit of backwards and forwards in the AAA. The AA, the person that's been leading it has won it. The person that's been leading it is going to win it. So if you're saying, somebody's just going to run away with it, well, we've got that in more than 60% of the divisions already. There's a little bit of ambiguity in who's going to win triple, and there's a little bit of ambiguity who's going to win Premier League, and there is actually a little bit of ambiguity in who could win Division 3. But like I said, a full 3-month season 3 of stats within the new division for divisions that have more than one table of people in it. We need that season of stats before we say, right, Division 4, okay, the top best 10, you're going to be Division 4 elite, and the bottom 10 will be Division 4 not so elite. Okay, and if you win Division 4 elite, you could be promoted into Division 4 elite next season. You've also got to take into consideration there will be promotions. Not as many because we're only be doing 3 months, but there are still going to be promotions.
Come up with something and talk about it here for a second, because I'm pulling up the master sheet right now as it stands, and I'm going to see how many people there are. Let's see. If we were to do it as it is right, if we were to do this, as I'm proposing, if you will, right now, I just have to sort by division. Good old Maurice is our current is the winner, is the champion.
Of Division 1, yeah.
Of Division 1, good old Maurice has a 5-win lead over Loki.
Yeah.
Division 2, which is comprised of, let's see, 1, 2, 3,
people
4,
in the Premier
5.
League, people in AAA, people in AA. There are 3 current leagues that we cover, and people from all 3 of the major, the AAA, the Premier League, the Premier League, the Major League, the Triple, and maybe even a couple of the Double A's. People from those 4 leagues will be in Division 2.
Okay, here we go. There's 18 that are currently going to go into Division 2.
Yeah.
Zareth, of course, is leading that pack.
Yeah.
The break on my proposed idea, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Zareth, of course, at 41-1. The break is between Mudbum and Black Mamba. Black Mamba, Ando, Lolinder, Rambam, DPK, Lazy Turtle, Nooch, Dr. Zeppers, and Van Cell are all in the bottom.
Yeah. And
In
that
the top.
and what I'm saying is, once we have the divisions rebooted, the matchmaking is going to be different. The competitors are going to face different people, and the people that you're saying, oh, well, let's put them in the bottom because they're not that good compared to the people that are in the top half, might completely and utterly swing the other way, which is why I would rather do a full season.
I can see that, but I'm just trying to come up with an initial way to sort it, or an initial way to have two different divisions so it could be sorted.
Yeah, we don't need them, though. We just have a top and a bottom. Everybody's in Division 2, and we've got a top half of the table and a bottom half of the table. It's that simple. We have a top half and a bottom half. You know, everybody's in the same division. Everyone's competing against everybody else. Not everybody is going to be at the top. Not everybody is going to be at the bottom. Okay? And splitting it and saying that only the bottom 10 can finish at the top of their table, and only the 10 people that are in there can only finish at the top of theirs doesn't make any sense. Okay? If you're at the bottom, you're at the bottom. If you're at the top, you're at the top. Okay? Sporting divisions do not get split like that. Okay, they don't take the Premier League, the 20 teams in the Premier League, and go, those are the 10 best teams, so only those 10 best teams can move up and down in the top 10, and the bottom 10. No, that's called another division, and you get promoted into that top division by performing well. Okay, and that's all well and good, but until we know who is the best and who is the worst, we cannot split the divisions up. Okay, splitting them up for the sake of splitting them up makes no sense. We are reporting on who is the best. We don't decide.
We'll see how
from
many
the
we
get-go
have.
who is the
but
best.
But if we have 20, we're coming up with something.
If we come up with 20, we will have a bottom half of a bottom half of Division 2 and a top half of Division 2. It's that simple. If somebody does really well at the start of the season, they'll be in the top half. If someone does badly at the start, but the last 2 months, they go 12-0, 12-0, and they find themselves in the top half, guess what? They find themselves in the top half, competing with people that, you know, are doing well as well. Somebody might have a nightmare season.
Let's test your knowledge of your little baby here. Division 3. Who do you think is at the top of Division 3 of your love child here? Thank you for the shiny nickel, Dr. Feelgood.
It's probably well, actually I say probably it's probably our favorite German fox.
No.
Oh, you're talking about the new Division 3?
Yeah, the new Division 3.
Okay, the new Division 3
let's test your memory of your baby.
The new Division 3 is 6 to 6, 5.
Right.
It's either gonna be. I mean, seriously, it's either gonna be Calvin or Bitcoin, unless Bitcoin's crossed that 6.65 threshold. I can't remember because it's been a week since I updated the GP on the master sheet.
So looking at everything, I just want to say these new, other than Division 1 with good old Maurice just taking off with it all of these new divisions that are coming up are looking close. Bitcoin is correct. Calvin Awesome is the top of Division 4. But get this, Bitcoin is 1 win ahead of new Division 3 second place, Fatal, the playbook.
Yeah, they'd be much, but you got to remember that Fatal was a new person that we were covering. Fatal was a new competitor that we covered at the start of Season 2. Bitcoin was already in Season 1, which is why he found himself in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And we don't need to mess around with any of that stuff anymore. We simply cover who is the best of Division 1, who's the best in Division 2, who's the best in Division 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't need to do any messing around. We don't need to add any variables. We just need to cover what occurs, which is what I want to do, which is what we're going to do.
Calvin, awesome. Lazy Turtle and Van Cell, back-to-back raids of 3 and 5, respectively. Thank you to both of you.
Hello, governors.
The new Division 4, Calvin and Fort are in a tight battle. Fort would not have the title.
Well, no, because Fort is all about Fort Mort's all about defense, and Calvin's all about winning and getting the banners. Calvin would have him Fort Mort beat on banners, but Fort Mort knows that anybody that ties with him would outbanner him, which is why he plays the way he does consistently throughout an entire season. He knows that he can't afford to lose, so he'll play. He will go into a match knowing 100% he's not going to get the full clear, but with no intention of getting a full clear. He'll play a 2 territory. He'll play a 2 or a 3 territory strategy, knowing his opponent's only going to get 1 or 2, and he's going to get 2 or 3, because he's not playing for a full clear. Calvin's always playing for a full clear. Fort Mort isn't. They both have.
Who's your new Division 5 champion?
Who's what? Sorry.
Who do you think your new Division 5 champion is?
Be Scribe or wouldn't be Scribe or Bomber. They'd be 4.
This is just to point something out. This is what happens when it's a slow news week. We argue on the air about how GA Center is going to look.
Trying to think. Because I think Bomber and Scribe are over the 5.15 threshold for Div 4.
Nope. They are currently in, so it would be Boma and Scribe. Boma leads by 2 wins on Scribe.
I'm pretty sure. Are you sure? I could have swore Bomber crossed that threshold. Bomber crossed that threshold. When we last checked on GPs and did everything. I only got halfway down the table. I literally only got halfway down the table.
I did the rest for you.
Because the GP climb it varies, but it's usually between 50 and 200k a month. That's what everybody puts on their accounts in GP every single month. Sometimes it's at the high end. Sometimes people put a couple of 100k on a month. Sometimes people only put on 50k a month. But everybody puts something on every single month. Why Division 1's so top heavy after, one season. At the end of season 1, we only had like 20 people in Division 1. You get to the end of season 3 and everybody's practically Division 1. We've only got 8 people outside Division 1 at the moment.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Now, looking at this, Renard the Fox is not the victor of Division 6 or the rest of the divisions.
No, that'd be Vendetta, I think.
Vendetta by just over 4,000 banners. Or 5,000 banners. So, all right. Speaking of GA Center, we've been covering since the beginning of GA Center a guy who goes by the name of Fruit Ninja Mike. And he has an announcement to make that if you haven't been watching him recently, you don't know about. And we will talk to him about his announcement and also, about what has fueled this announcement coming up after these messages right here on the Escape Podcast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
Hello, Escape Podawans. It is the Llama here to remind you that the Escape Pod Castaways are on social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, you can catch us on YouTube and on Twitch every week streaming Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed, your favorite new Galaxy of Heroes show GA Center, and so much more. Come catch us on the web.
Are you a member of Team Paul or Team Neil? Maybe you prefer story time with the llama, or dabble in the buttery side of the Force with Biscuit Weasel. Or maybe you like the Escape Pod talents from Down Under like Heinzie and Scotty. No matter who you support, you can get one of my designs from the Escape Podcast merch store. Just go to escapepodcastaways.com, click on the merch link, and it will take you to the TeePublic site where you can support me, Mrs. Anthony, also known as Critty K. Also be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast's Discord server weekly to vote for my latest shirts in the Design Derby on Woot. Links for both of these are down below. Thank you for supporting the Escape Pod cast.
Heinzie from the ANZGC is officially a member of the Escape Pod Castaways. Make sure you go and search for Heinzie on YouTube today because he live streams a lot of his GAC content, and not only does he do that, he also does some pretty fun videos from time to time, including a behind the screen and also streaming Jedi Fallen Order. And from time to time, this idiot might drop by. Head on over and check out Heinzie today on YouTube, a part of the Escape Pod Castaways network.
The Escape Pod cast for kids. It's really cool.
Hello, Escape Padawans, and welcome back to Storytime with the Llama and the Escape Pod cast for kids. This week on Starting Strategies, we're going to be talking about a very, very crucial part of the game, especially in the beginning, and that is going in every day and doing your daily challenges. Now, your daily challenges are going to consist of doing things like spending energy, increasing your ship levels, going through and doing different light side, dark side battles, and purchasing things from the stores. The biggest reason why this is so important as a new player is because all of these different challenges will get you XP. And that's how you raise your levels from 1 all the way up to 85, because that's the current max. Now, not only do you get experience from completing these challenges, you also get things like gold, materials, things like that that you can use to power up your characters and to kind of put more resources into them so you can help yourself get bigger and stronger. So even once you hit level 85, it's still important for you to go in and do your daily challenges. Now, in addition to just going in and completing them, you can also be very strategic about them. So, for example, especially in the beginning before you hit level 85, 2 of the challenges are to complete 3 light side and 3 dark side battles. Now, an easy way to complete that is to just pick a character from each of the light side and the dark side battles and use those as your daily farms. So in addition to farming characters every day, you'll also be completing your daily challenges. Now, if you're a player who maybe can only go in once per day, or maybe you're just having a really busy day and know you can only go in once per day, some of the different challenges have a cooldown timer associated with them, meaning you can't just do it fully right away. For a perfect example is your squad arena battles. Now you have to complete 2 squad arena battles, but we all know that there's a countdown timer of 10 minutes between when you can do each battle. So if you're only trying to go in once per day and maximize the amount of things that you can do, I suggest you go in, collect your energy, and the very first thing you do is hit that first squad arena battle. Then you'll be able to go through and complete the rest of your dailies. By the time you finish completing your dailies, that timer should be very close to being over or over. You can hit your second squad arena battle, and then you can just go through and collect your dailies, and you're done for the day. After a while, you'll come up with your own routine and order of how you like to go in and do your dailies, and you'll be able to just whiz through them every day with no problem, like it's second nature. That's all for me. Tune in next week for more Storytime with the Llama and the Escape Pod cast for kids. You know, I've never really thought about it, but I've never really been outside the Fulcrum before. I wonder what's out there.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or Territory Wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HOTUTILS.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Receiving incoming transmission. Receiving incoming transmission. Receiving incoming transmission.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's incoming transmission time. Paul, Master of Ceremonies, take it away. Introduce our guest this week.
Well, this individual, we already told you, we're talking to Fruit Ninja Mike. But if you don't know who he is, get to know him quick because he is awesome. He inspired a lot of the streamers that you watch today. He was one of the original, if I'm correct, he can just nod or shake his head, one of the original Twitch streamers of this game. He was he's been a model person, a model streamer, a upstanding individual in the community. It is my first chance to personally interview him, as Neil has had a chance to interview him with Flair on GA Center. But this time I get to, and I told him in the break, it's an honor because he is such a great person. Everyone say hello to Fruit Ninja Mike.
Hello, Fruit Ninja Mike. And
Hey,
just so that everybody knows, right? Even though obviously we have a Premier League in Season 2, Fruit Ninja Mike is technically the reigning Division 1 champion. Because he won Division 1 he won Division 1 in our inaugural season. That was back when we only had 20 people. Literally, we only had 20 people in Division 1. Mike won it.
Let's rip this Band-Aid off right now. Fruit Ninja Mike, you have a announcement to make
for people who have been like living under a rock for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've talked to everybody on my Twitch stream a few times, so if you've seen my channel, you know this already. But I will be retiring from Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, not just streaming, but everything in the next few weeks here. I'm going to finish out my last few territory wars with the guild that I've played with for, I think it's close to 2 years now as the Wolfpack, and I've had a really great time with them and a really great time playing with everybody on GA Center, getting to know all the other streamers. It's really been a sweet ride. The real reasoning behind all this is the day-to-day Star Wars, well, really two things. The day-to-day Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes busy work is what I call it. You know, you have these, you have this arena, 2 different arenas that you need to get to the top every day. Otherwise, you end up spending money to keep ahead. And even if you do, the arenas twice a day and you're really good at it, you still sometimes need to spend to get ahead or to stay ahead, as it were. And that combination of things has definitely gotten to me. And also the way that the game is monetized has bugged me for a while. I could have looked past that because, you can definitely choose to just not spend. And that's something that a lot of people do, and a lot of people do effectively. Yeah, exactly. Nev's been doing that for some time. And, I've put a little money into it, but not anything close to what a lot of people have done. And I'm just a little bit too tired of that grind. It's not fun for me anymore on a daily basis. I find myself when I'm at home, got 3 kids, and I'm just like, I'm sitting here like getting ready for dinner and I'm grinding through arena, and it's just not right. So that's kind of the main thought as to why I'm moving on. I will continue to stream. I'm moving back to my roots, actually, because I used to be a Magic the Gathering streamer.
Yes.
a long
starting to play
time
it.
ago. Oh, nice. Yeah, well, you can.
I played when it was known as Cardboard Crack. I got out just around 5th edition.
Yeah.
So
I'm the same
5th
boat,
edition.
dude. I played with because I was in like 7th, 8th grade when the game came out, and I played with my brother and friends through high school and stuff, and it was the same thing. Like I think it was after 5th edition. I started right when Revised was coming out, and then played through 5th edition. So that was a thing. But then I got back into it because the arena client that they have now makes it so much more feasible to play without spending oodles and gobs of money on it. So that has been a nice thing, and that's why I'm heading back to that. It's something I really enjoyed doing for a while, and I streamed it successfully for probably the better part of 2 years, like maybe 6 years ago, something like that.
Maybe one day you and I will have to face off.
Yeah, man.
But let's get back to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, because you and I could probably talk Magic the Gathering all day long.
You don't get me on that tangent.
What was the tipping point? What exactly was the time when you went, all right, I gotta hang it up? I know you mentioned the arena climb and things like that, but is that the exact moment, or was it this pack came out and you said screw the world?
I think it was a combination of things. I started seeing them when they started requiring tunes like Beskar Mando for the Galactic Challenges. They did
the Galactic Challenge change.
Yeah, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and combination of the Wolf Pack getting more and more competitive and needing more and more time to commit to that, and then also committing to arena, and then trying to stay afloat. It was a combination of a number of different things that came together, and I decided it was all just a little too much for me.
All right, so
I've got some questions.
This will be my last one. That's all to you, Neil. We've seen people come back. How are you? Is there a chance that you'll come back? And if not, even Warrior said he ain't coming back, but he's back.
Yeah.
But if you are not coming back, what are you going to do to ensure this? Are you going to go as drastic as to sell your mods?
Scorched earth.
No, it's just going to be sheer force of will, baby. Sheer force of will. But yeah, seriously, I think I am just enough sick of the game, and I think if I tried to pick it up in like 2 months, I'd be like, holy crap, I am so far behind that there would be no way that I want to get back into it at that point. So that's the main thing. So yeah, I don't expect to do anything. I'm not going to try and sell my account. I'm just going to uninstall it from the phone and let it die, and I think that's going to be the end.
All right, Neil.
Yeah, so we know the main reasons for you retiring. What else does the future hold? You mentioned Magic the Gathering. Is that going to be is that what you're going to be doing? So your future's kind of like returning to the past, going back to Magic the Gathering.
For sure. As far as streaming goes and stuff, that's definitely what I'll be doing. It's never been a huge source of income or anything for me. So I got my day job and everything like that. So, but I'll definitely go back to streaming, and you guys can still catch me if you want to. I'll probably do it twice a week to go from there. I think there's more than enough time playing that game, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We can attest that we can spend plenty of time on that as well. And I think the real key is like I can choose what time I want to spend that in that, as opposed to needing to do it every day.
Curious, memorable moments in the game. What are your most memorable moments in the 5+ years you've been playing?
Yeah, for sure. I have had a number of kind of big upsets in territory war, both when I played way back in the day with the Rolling Clones and now with Wolfpack, who actually kind of killed the Rolling Clones and absorbed them. Because we played a number of guilds that were way above our weight class in GP when I played with the Rolling Clones, and it was really sweet to see that progression and then continue that with the Wolfpack. And especially, honestly, this last few weeks of playing with them, we've had a number of big upsets, and we're currently #1 on the territory war list because of it. And it's really sweet to see that, because we're like 9th, I can't remember if we're 9th or 10th or in GP, but that has been pretty huge to see those things. When I've had people on that have been in the guild and other really good players for my GA center attacks, that's been really fun. Guildmate in particular, Moen, he and I had a really sweet battle in a Grand Arena stream together. That was awesome. I have to say, the first time I took out Darth Revan with troopers was a hilarity moment. Same thing when I first took out a Kylo with troopers. Both of those were just like, holy crap, we can actually have fun with this game still. So that's been pretty fun. But a lot of the specific guild accomplishments that have happened over the years, both with the Rolling Clones and the Wolfpack, have been really high on my list. And honestly, just the community, the whole community is really sweet, and everybody's been awesome to talk to, with very few exceptions. So that's been a big highlight for me.
No worries. 2 more. Biggest regret. Biggest regret. You know, I mean, it could be, I mean, it doesn't have to be a character that you zated but wish you hadn't, or geared, but you know, it could be anything. You know, biggest regrets in the game, because it's had lots of phases.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't, there's certainly some characters that I wish I wouldn't have done stuff for, but it's fine. Like, that's not the end of the world. I think, honestly, the number of times where I was like, went against my character and dipped in and spent a little bit more than I wanted to. That's been my biggest regret. And it's not, like I said, it's not like I've put in ridiculous amounts of money. It's just been occasional, and I certainly am not no kind of whale whatsoever. But there's been times when I've been like, yeah, I guess that did make me feel a little bit uncomfortable after the fact. And that's another reason that this game rubs me the wrong way a little bit at this point. So that's probably a big regret.
It's those 5 pulls for when you spend crystals on characters and you pull 5. Man, you're, as I've always said, when you use crystals to purchase a pack, expect the worst.
Yep.
And celebrate the best.
Yep. Exactly. If you go into those things, like I remember watching Arnold stream one of those times when he was like just ripping open packs left and right, I can't remember which character he was trying to finish out, but he was just like buying left and right, and he's just sitting there spending like $100, $100. I'm just like, oh my God, what is happening?
That was
here?
around the time of Revan.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I've watched those ones, and he did actually say in a conversation with, it was still when Mobile Gamer was in the game, before Mobile Gamer quit, and he was having a chat with him, and he did allude to Mobile Gamer that his biggest regret, which he only saw as a regret at the time, was Django, because it was the first time he went all in, buying chest after chest, because it cost him like $300, and this was before he was really, really bringing home the cheddar as Grand Admiral Arnold. So that was before Grand Admiral Arnold T101. That was just Arnold. And he said, so like you said there, sometimes you'll make a purchase or you'll spend in the game, and it just makes you feel like, oh God, you just don't feel good about it. And he did actually say that was the one time, because he didn't know how it was going to go. He didn't know that he was going to make that money back, in a stream or from ad revenue, but he, took a risk, took a punt, because it was the first time he'd ever done something like that. So,
I think you're right, exactly right about that. That it was, because I think you remember him. he was trying to. It was opening the Karth stuff for Darth Revan, because that's what you needed for Darth Revan, right? I can't, if I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, he
correctly.
kept. It was the twin packs.
Yeah.
You had you had 2 in one and 2 in another. But the way that he had to buy both packs because he needed shards. But and he's like, he was. I remember him saying at the time, why couldn't both these characters fall in the same pack? Because then he would have just been buying one pack and getting shards for the 2 characters that he needed. But he had to buy both packs because he already had Bindo, and he already had, I think it was T3, because they were, those 2 were relatively easy to farm. It was Mission and Zalbara that he had to spend a huge amount of crystals on.
The real reason for that is CG knows that.
Yeah,
and they're very, very aware that they had some characters that were easier to farm than others, and they specifically gate the other ones. And that's really, that feels so gross to me. Like I'd so much happier to just give them a certain amount of money per month and just have access to everything, and as opposed to this kind of loot box crap. That bothers me.
Yeah. Okay, the big one. What will you miss the most? This it's almost like a rhetorical question when you ask someone that's leaving Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, because everybody asked this of everybody that leaves, and everyone says this. Everybody gives the same answer, so I think we pretty much know what you're going to say, but. So give us a couple of things that you're going to miss, because we know what you're going to miss the most.
Yeah, for sure. What I'll miss the most is everybody that's involved in this game. All of the players that I've met, all of you guys, all the other streamers, the whole community is fantastic. And I have that will be the biggest thing I miss. But the good thing is I can just sit around in the Discord and chat with people still, there's no reason I can't continue to do that. And I think that I will continue to do that, not to the extent that I am right now, but I think I'll still continue to be active and chat with people, and I think that'll be fun. Some of the other things that I'll miss, legitimately, they've created a fun game in a lot of ways. I will miss Grand Arena a lot. I think that has brought me the most fun over the last year of the game, the streams, and really interacting with everybody on stream and playing these cool matches and trying to figure things out, and the theory crafting parts of things. I've had a whole lot of fun doing theory crafting in this game for the last 3-4 years. It's been really sweet.
Mike, in the Magic the Gathering Arena game, there you go into you pay the crystal equivalent, but you could still make that free to play. But you can go into something, and just like GAC, you lose 3 times, you're out. So you still got that.
For sure. And it will still be fun to definitely interact with everybody with that version of the stream. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So,
all right, what is the thing? Let's just play the hypothetical and say that there is a chance, or you could be entirely and tell me that there is no chance. What could we read next week to make you reconsider? This news breaks in this impromptu road ahead, and Fruit Ninja Mike says, "Damn it, I'm in."
All right. I would say what would need to happen for me to stay in the game, if CG is listening, would be to say, we are completely obliterating Arena. No more anything in Arena. All of your crystal income is going to come in other methods, be it GAC, etc. Every single thing that you have done at 3 stars is simmable. I'm looking at you, assault battles that take a half an hour sometimes. Those would be pretty huge. And that would take out the vast majority of the busy work for me. Just grant me the rewards from, Galactic War. Like, nobody's opened a Galactic War in years. It's just immediately simmed, just immediately grant me the rewards on a daily basis as part of their like end of the day loot box. I just don't want to click on crap 50 times a day and spend that time.
Okay, proposal. Here's the proposal, because this is what I've always, and I'm so glad you brought this up and made me think of it.
Yeah.
What if instead of a set arena payout time, either you get the rewards for the highest rank you achieved throughout the 24-hour period that you played a battle to get, I should say.
Sure.
Or once during a 24-hour period with a cooldown of 8 hours, so you can't just do it 24 hours and then watch the reset and then hit it again. That you can cash out your arena payout. Say, okay, I got to top 20. I don't think I can get past that. Cash out.
I see.
What about those two things? Do you like either of those, or should I stop trying to dream develop a game?
I think that legitimately it's gotten so boring in arena or in the normal arena that I think that if they want to keep it going, it should just be once a week, and then fold all the rewards into that. Because I could stand doing an hour total in a week doing a climb. Like I could see that. I could make that happen, and that wouldn't be a big deal. But for it to be every day, that's just ridiculous for me now.
All right. Neil, any other questions here?
Okay. Any smack talk for Zareth? Because right now, it's you, Endall, Bitcoin, and Zareth all duking it out for the Premier League. And you, Endall, and Bitcoin are only within one round of of Zareth at the moment.
And I think I saw that Endall dropped below me. I went from 4th to 3rd on banners.
You went from 4th to 3rd by virtue of 37 banners.
Yeah.
30. That's it. 37 banners.
All I would say to Zareth is you better not tank it intentionally, because I don't want sloppy seconds.
Well, here's the thing: you've still got 700 banners on Bitcoin, so Bitcoin would also have to either
he would have to not clear.
Exactly. He would have to come up again. If he got a couple of FUs, like major F, because he can clear a standard.
He's good
FU.
enough.
He's good enough to clear a standard FU. It would have to be all GLs, and the Revens and the CLS and Padme and G. A person would literally be, oh, you're Bitcoin. I like Fruit Ninja Mike, or I like Zareth. I don't want you catching, one of those guys. Man. So any smack talk for Zareth before we leave?
I truly don't. I give him all the respect in the world for what he's done this season, because he has been just a rock, and it's been sweet to watch through the whole thing. And I just wouldn't. The one thing I don't want to have happen is have either of those guys accidentally tank something, or have it be decided because they got a crash on the game.
Yeah,
that is not how I want to win this. So if I am going to win it, I want to win it on merit, because they faced somebody who was better than them and outplayed them, or something like that. I don't want random crap to happen to jump me in the standings.
It would be pretty cool to retire the 2-time champion as well.
No doubt. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to win, and I'm really competitive, but I also don't want to win in a crappy way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I get that. You don't want to get Schumachered.
Yeah.
You don't want to get Schumachered. It's
There's
like,
only so many-
I'm sorry, Mr. Damon Hill. I didn't see you there.
There's only so many people that will get that reference on this show, I think, but I am one of them.
Yeah, you get that. You get that. Australian Grand Prix, Damon Hill, Schumacher, last corner, Michael Schumacher. Oh, I didn't see him as I was turning. Yeah, bollocks. You deliberately turned into him because you knew that if you both didn't finish, you were going to walk away the champion. Yeah. So yeah.
Yep.
So you, as long as nobody gets Schumachered, you're happy. You'd be happy with the win.
There you go. I've learned something today. Now, this is the part where we help any listeners or viewers who don't want to read chat or the show notes audibly find out how to find you. How do I find you, Fruit Ninja Mike?
Yeah. I am going to be continuing to be twitch.tv/Pete2204. That will continue to be the place that you can find me. I will stick around, as I mentioned, in the GA Center chat. And if you're in the Wolfpack chat, their public area, I will continue to be in those two chat places. I probably will discontinue elsewhere. I don't have a specific Twitter or anything like that. It's just going to be the Twitch, and that will still continue to be active, as we mentioned, playing Magic. So,
all right. And have you redeemed Make Ando Drink?
I have at some point, at least 3 or 4 times.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, check him out. Even check him out while you can with Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And if you can't, check him out after as he dominates Magic the Gathering. Thank you, Fruit Ninja Mike, for taking a moment to come on the show. I got to get you back to your wife because we promised only 30 minutes. And also, before we go to break, a big thank you to Cascade, who has now been subscribed to the show for a full year.
Happy
Thank you very much, Cascade. All right. We'll be back after the latest episode of Helly and the Noob right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or Territory Wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod Cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much, much more. Contact ShittyBill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to ShittyBill's Arena tracking bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/theescapepod and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
And now time for something completely shameless. N00B.
Please proceed, Master.
N00B. Are you there?
Yes, Master. I am here. Please proceed.
N00B. Answer me.
Why can't she hear me? Oh, error found. Voice chat is muted.
N00B. I said, answer me.
Unmuting voice chat.
Now.
Master, can you hear me now?
It took you long enough. What's the problem this time? N00B.
Apologies, Master. I was muted.
Silence, you fool. That was rhetorical. That's better. I am ordering you to leave your current location and head to...
But, Master, your analysis indicated that the vile, salty Spartan's most likely next appearance will be aboard the Fulcrum.
N00B. I demanded silence. And you will comply.
Yes, Master. Please proceed, Master.
That's better. Now, as I was saying, I am ordering you to immediately leave your current location and head to the Palace Precinct of the Federal District of Imperial City on Coruscant. There, you will meet with an agent of the Monolith, who will give you further instructions.
Master, why not just instruct me now yourself? I can be trusted. I am loyal. I will do as I'm told.
N00B, are you questioning my greatness?
No, Master.
Good. I would hate it if we were forced to cancel you.
Forgive me, Master.
Silence, N00B. And get moving.
Yes, Master. Right away, Master.
Many unbearable hours later.
This is so annoying. TC-14 orders me to head to downtown Imperial City on a Friday afternoon during rush hour traffic to meet with her secret agent on a day with record Coruscanti gridlock, and I don't know who this agent of the Monolith even is. How am I supposed to meet some unknown individual on a planet with 1 trillion organic meat bags and twice that many droids? It's an exercise in futility is what that is. Come on, meat bags. I have somewhere to be. Even if I don't know where exactly that somewhere is. Uh-oh. Looks like my horn honking got the attention of... Wait. What is that? No. A low-level, low-star, under-geared Coruscant Underworld Police.
COP-42, approaching the next vehicle for questioning.
Oh, this ought to be good. Nobody respects Cup in this game.
Sir.
What's the problem this time, officer?
How long have you had this Starhopper?
About 3 or 4 seasons. It's up for sale if you want it.
Right. Let me just scan your identification.
You don't need to see my identification.
Yes, I do.
Let me try this again. I am not the droid you're looking for.
Who said I was looking for a droid?
Why isn't this working? I said, I can go about my business. Move along.
No, you cannot go about your business. And no, I will not move along. And who in the space hell do you keep waving at?
All my fans in the Twitch chat. I'm quite popular, you know.
All your whats? In your who?
Listen here, Cup. I don't have time to waste speaking to SWGOH's least powerful character.
Mob Enforcer? Where is she?
No, meatbag. Not Mob Enforcer. You. I'm talking about you.
Wait, what? Wait a second. Who do you think I am, buddy?
Coruscant Underworld Police?
Ah, crap. Not this again. Look, buddy, I'm not a Coruscant Underworld policeman. I'm a Coruscant Overworld policeman. Every time. Jeez. Every time.
Well, how am I supposed to know that?
Isn't it obvious?
No, not really, no.
Well, I'm not wearing a mask over my mouth, for starters. And I don't have one of those silly tanning bed goggles over my eyes. Besides, we're above the surface, not under it. Not level 1313.
Ha! Overworld. I get it now.
Hey, Sparky, stop laughing at my name. Let's get back to the script. I don't have time for this. I gotta get home. My shift's almost done. Gotta finish my arena climb, my SWGOH, watch some escape pod cast. And I hear that Going Nerdy's pretty sexy. I mean, informative. He seems pretty legit, too.
Right.
Alright, where were we?
Transitioning from the jokey bits to the revelation part of the episode. That will probably explain nothing. Lennox has this very formulaic approach to how he writes his scripts. He's becoming quite predictable.
True?
Right.
Agreed.
I concur.
Exactly.
Indubitably.
So the Starhopper's name is a Space Frogger, right?
It is.
And you're giving me crap about my name? Fine. And you're a PK series droid, am I right?
I am.
And you do alphanumeric designations, correct?
I do.
Which is?
N00B.
COP42 to base. I found him.
Wait. What's going on here?
We've been expecting you. N00B.
Are you the agent of the monolith I was tasked with finding by my master?
Obviously.
If I'm being honest, I didn't expect it to be a low-level, low-star, under-geared cup.
Not this again. Gee, what's with these people?
Sorry, Overworld Police. Sorry. A glitch. Please continue, sir.
Are you ready to receive your instructions?
Yes, sir.
You're to head back to the Space Triangle using the Corellian Run hyperspace lane. As you approach the Rune sector, you will encounter someone, and you will know what to do.
Someone?
Trust us. You will know. Oh yeah, and before I forget, take this too.
Whoa. The ultimate nullifier. This is the Marvel Comics 616 universe's most devastating weapon.
Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it totally is.
What's this button do?
Don't touch any buttons! You're gonna erase us from all existence.
Sorry. I can't help it. I like pressing buttons.
Look, droid, put the damn thing in the glove box and don't touch it. Until the time is right.
How will I know when the time is right?
Trust us. You will know.
How?
Did you not hear me? I said trust us. Trust us.
Sheesh. Okay, fine.
Now leave, you overgrown crockpot.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. All hail the monolith, sir. All praise TC-14, sir.
COP42 to base. I'm getting too old for this.
The Escape Pod. Cast. The Bridge.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Escape Pod cast. If you're watching this live on the Twitch feed, you saw last week's episode, or last month's episode of Helly and the Noob, and we know why. It's because I had surgery, and we recorded all of break 2, the interview, and 3 all together. And normally, every other week, Neil doesn't have to change break 3. So once again, my fault for going and having surgery. I apologize. Check it out on YouTube. I will have the correct break on YouTube, and also I will the listening audience. You didn't notice a darn thing. Yes, I know, Neil. My fault. He's mouthing it over there quietly. So welcome back to the show, Neil. Tell us about this month's handheld giveaway that we are going to be doing live on the Twitch show on the 28th.
It is a Pocket Go S30. Not done the review video yet. Things have been a bit busy, but yes, this little handheld device is a wonderful, wonderful little device. I've seen reviews on it. I haven't done my review on it yet. I haven't even unboxed it yet. Literally, that'll all be done on as a recording, and then it will go on to the YouTube channel. But this little handheld device, only $60, is capable of doing Nintendo 64. Dreamcast and PlayStation 1. So it's a little bit more upscale from the Powkiddy Q90 that we did in April. This one's a little bit different. But yeah, which BCM won last month. Yep. That would BCM won it last month. This one, at the end of the month, we will be doing after I've done a review. So as soon as I've done a review, we will let you know in the Discord channel so that you can go watch it and see just how cool this thing is, because it is shaped like the S30 Super Nintendo controller that Nintendo released for the 30th anniversary of the Super Nintendo. That's exactly what it's shaped like. It's got a lovely big screen. I can't wait to get stuck into it. Should have done it this week, but it's been a busy week.
Well, and so just to reiterate how you have a chance to win, if you are a Patreon, congratulations. There's a chance to win. If you are a subscriber on Twitch to us, you must be subscribed the day of the giveaway, which we're once again reminding you, May 28th is the date of the giveaway. Now, the 28th, that show, if you donate 100 bits or more during that show, there is a chance for you to win it. That's your only way of not being a Patreon and not being a sub for a chance to win.
That's just you just throw in your name in the hat on the day of the show, basically.
Yeah. If you are gifted a sub, congratulations. You have a chance to win. Just like CG Dojafet had a chance to win last week because somebody gifted him a sub. Or last month.
Yeah.
So, all right. Nabokov Fan 87, one of our new and very, very beloved people who chat in your stream and my stream and during this show. It's great. He asks, how soon do you think until we see a new Leia event? What timing makes sense for her to show up in a bigger way in the game?
2023, Return of the Jedi anniversary.
So
it'll be the 40th. It'll be the 2023 40th anniversary. They'll do a Return of the Jedi. They'll give us Forest Moon Endor Leia.
That'd be cool.
They'll do a legendary and give us a Forest Moon Endor because just like they did with Empire, they gave us some Empire stuff last year. They did some Empire Strikes Back stuff. I think that they'll do some Return of the Jedi stuff, and a OP Leia would be what I think we will get. Then that's the only time I think that we'll get it. We won't get a General Organa solo.
We're not going to get a General Organa because she didn't get enough screen time. We're not going to get a Mary Poppins Leia because she didn't get enough screen time.
It would have been nice. I genuinely think that we should have got a we should have got a veteran Lando and a veteran Leia, and then you could have put Leia. I was touting for that. I was touting for that at the beginning of 2020. I really, really wanted to see a veteran crew, just a full veteran crew. Han, Chewie, Leia, Lando, and I can't remember who and Luke, obviously. So the old gang in all its veteran glory. I think an old timers squad would have been awesome. I think it would have been brilliant. Yeah. But no, so, I think the Leia that we'll get is I think we'll get Endor Leia, and I think it will come in the 2023.
Yeah. People are saying Jedi training Leia. No, we have all that in the extended universe. We have all that in Legends, but we don't have that in the movies or the TV shows, and I honestly cannot think of anything that's not in a movie or TV show that we have in this game. Yeah, can you think of anything?
I'm gonna say it now. We're not gonna get any more sequel trilogy characters. That's it. No more sequel trilogy characters. None.
We are not going to get Darth any more. Nihilus. Okay, Hellenic says we have Darth Nihilus and Revan and the Old Republic characters. They were in a video game. This is a video game, so it was nostalgia for that. But they're not. I will be surprised if we ever see a Captain Cardinal in the game. I would be surprised if we ever see a Mr. Bones in the game. I would be surprised if we ever see, Mara Jade in the game. We will not get book characters, only media characters, as in visual media characters.
Oh no, I think we'll get. I think to a certain degree we'll get extended universe characters. I mean, the easiest ones to go for from the extended universe would be Sith Lords, because they did it with Nihilus, they did it with Traya, they did it with Malak, they did it with Scion. So an Exar Kun, a Plagueis, a Darth Bane. I could definitely see them introducing, because they're easy Sith Lords to bring in, and if they're gonna do that, I could probably see them doing a similar thing with I could see them doing a similar thing with maybe some Jedi Knights and some Jedi Masters from the extended universe, but like really in deep characters, I can't see that happening. The characters that we got from the Old Republic, Candyman, Karth, Mission, Zalbar, they were from another video game. I can't see ancillary characters from the extended universe coming, but maybe some of the big heavy hitters from books and graphic novels that have cult status, and they're big names within the fan community. Because what CG will be blatantly aware of is the alpha consumers will know who those characters are and would spend on them, and they know that. CG and EA know that. Alpha consumers would pay for and stump up for extended universe characters. Sure, there's all of the newer generation of fans might not know who they are, but they're not alpha consumers. The alpha consumers are the people that are have massive disposable incomes, and they would buy an Exar Kun or a Darth Bane or a Plagueis, or a Nomi Sunrider. They just would, or a Mara Jade. They absolutely.
I was going to say I could start just throwing words together too, Neil.
Yeah, or you could go and read the book and get yourself informed.
All right, Zaz's 4 questions. What are your most memorable moments playing the game? My number one moment for me was the first time that we got 45 stars on light side hot TB literally in the last 3 minutes. I was inflating my GP, and is the reason why I have the fluffiest bottom that I have now. I was inflating my GP with everything that I had when somebody messaged the group, "Am I too late?" And I was like, "You son of a..." They deployed. We hit the 3 stars. It was great. So, and how did I accomplish that? Dark Phoenix Sniper asked. That would be the help of Dark Phoenix Sniper's SWGOH Sheets server. Find your link in the description down below. And I'll also paste that here in a moment in the Twitch chat if anybody's interested in that. His next, what was yours, Neil?
You didn't ask.
That's what I said. What was yours?
Unlocking Treya at 5 stars. Getting Treya.
That was your favorite?
Mm-hmm. Because the guild that I was in, the Muppets of Endor, we worked 80% of the Muppets of Endor were free to play. So everybody had to work really long and hard at 4 squads so that we could do each of the 4 phases. And then you got to remember, you know, this was before JKR, before Darth Revan. You know, this was back when you had to have a JTR squad. You had to have a GMY, you know, a Jedi squad. There was no Chewie. There was just, you know, getting it that first time required, you know, working on squads at Gear 12. Let's not forget it was Gear 12. This was before, you know, relics. I mean, yeah, sure, anybody coming into the game now can relic a couple of squads and boom, blast through it. But I did it when it was still Gear 12. You know, Gear 12 was the pinnacle. So it's like, got to get that 4% with the JTR squad. Got to get that 3% with the Phoenix squad. Got to get that percentage with the Knights. So yeah, for me, it was getting Treya to 5 stars. And I mean, because once you've got that, you know, 6 and 7 was, you know, a cakewalk, but getting to the 5 stars and getting that initial unlock, one of my best moments in the game, without a doubt.
All right. What was the most memorable moment in SWGOH related social media? Other than tooting our own horn with the fact that Carrie came on the show, the most memorable moment for me, I would have to say, wow. For SWGOH, Doja. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that Doja Fett stepped onto the scene and made an impact so much right away. That's my biggest thing that I think CG has done since I've been covering this game. So that's my memorable moment.
Okay, mine's an easy one because it's been the same one. It's been the same moment for a couple of years now. It was the Ranger going off on one for Revan. It was the Ranger rant over Jedi Knight Revan, because it was, you know, you watch him for, you know, you watch RSG for ages and ages and ages, and you remember when I raged when I went off on one, like really went off on one over the $75 mod packs, and I just completely and utterly lost it.
I remember that quite
well. Ranger did the same thing for Jedi Knight Revan. Ranger did the same thing, and I was like, whoa, just bloody hell! It's like the middle of the day, dude. Seriously, oh my god. You know, yeah, that Ranger rant was just epic, absolutely epic. You know, definitely more epic than my rant over the $75 mod packs. Yeah, nothing comes close to that for me.
I want you to start with this one because you probably know it off the top of your head. I read this one and had to think about it. What's your best knock-knock joke? And I'll play along.
You'll knock knock.
Who's there?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Knock knock.
Who is there?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Aren't you?
Aren't you who?
Aren't you glad I didn't say knock knock again?
Yes. All right. Here's mine, Neil. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Yo little lady.
Yo little lady who?
I didn't know you could yodel. All right. List your top 3 quotes from movies that you love.
Oh.
I hear your sister's going out with Squeak.
I hear your sister.
Another one that I use a lot is and of course these are all terrible comedy movies that I love so much, and I just thought of the third one. You're acting locally, we're thinking globally, from Biodome, and from Weird Al Yankovic's UHF. You so stupid. Nothing. So those are mine.
Okay. Well, one's cliched, obviously. No, I am your father. From The Godfather. I'm gonna make him an offer I can't refuse. I mean, just when Marlon Brando says that, you're like, really? Okay. Yeah, fine. And third one. I'm trying to get the quote right. Oh, hang on. I need to. Oh yeah, that was it. Not the best movie in the world, but a great quote. And it's from Alien Resurrection. It's the character says to Ripley, "You faced these before, Ripley. What did you do last time?" And she looks at him and goes, "I died." She did. I thought that was one of my favorite. It was the best part of the movie because I was like, "Yeah, that's a good quote. It's probably the best part of the movie." Ron Perlman. It was the Ron Perlman character because they're all getting killed by aliens, and he's like, "You survived. You faced these before. How did you get out of it?" I didn't. I died. Yeah, that would be mine.
All right. And JJ Manners' question. And by the way, after this, we are going to raid into our guest. Oh, thank you very much. I'm not going to say the name because I don't know if you want that known. But thank you for becoming a Patreon. B.
Flashed up on my OBS.
What JJ, we're gonna raid Fruit Ninja Mike after this.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think of the idea of continuing Rey's storyline in season 3 of Mandalorian? I hadn't heard that.
Can't continue it. You can prequel it, but you can't continue it. Can't continue her story from a time period before when she exists, as we currently know her. You could prequel her. I mean, she'd be what, 10 or something? No. Yeah, she'd be around about 10.
Or the world between worlds, and she goes back in time.
I'm on the record saying I would like to see Rey and Kylo Ren I would like to see Rey and Ben Solo rebooted as kids under the tutelage of Jedi Knight Luke. So I would like to see them as kids. I would like to see them rebooted as kids, learning to become Jedi under Luke Skywalker.
All right.
I think that the characters are worth salvaging in the past and then moving forward with a new timeline, because you'd have to if you go back and start making content about them as kids, you would naturally end up coming up with new storylines. I think the characters are definitely salvageable, but as kids and then evolving them from as children learning to become Jedi under Luke Skywalker. I think that would definitely work, 100%. But I don't want to see anything after. I don't want to see how they are after the sequel trilogy. I'd like to see them redone before then.
But I'm always, I will always say, a lot of the people who don't like the sequel trilogies, who aren't caught up in the whole, she's a Mary Sue thing. Something else just popped and I didn't see what it came up. So thank you to whoever that was. But people don't like it because it wasn't where they wanted it to go. And a lot of extended universe fans are original extended universe fans are in their right minds to object, because they had all this prep and then it was ripped from them. But people who didn't read a damn book, and I'm in that camp, Neil. For the longest time, I didn't read. I finally became a real human being around 30 years old. But for people who didn't, the movies were enjoyable. And for those who didn't know any story up until then, the movies were definitely enjoyable. But in my mind, I was disappointed with the very last words of the last movie. Rey's not a Skywalker. She's a Palpatine. Spoiler alert. Anything else? What are you doing this week, Neil?
GAC, I've got, hopefully I will get up for Jedi Academy tomorrow. Waiting for my opponent to attack me. Waiting for my opponent to attack me on GAC. But yeah, no, just I will get around to doing the S30 review this weekend, so that I can get that up on the YouTube channel. But yeah, apart from that, just GAC.
All right, for me, who knows? Maybe I'll challenge the person we're about to raid here to a magic duel. It'd be fun. But I may play some games. What I've been doing in all my spare time is getting over here. What should I say? Not everybody knows it's a green screen right now, but I've been creating a new studio, and this is also my opportunity to announce that the new studio now has a name. Vault 37 Studios is the new home of the Castaways. The physical studio is Vault 37 Studios. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. But it'll be fun. Looking forward to GA Center this week. Any final thoughts, Neil?
No, I'm good.
All right. With that being said, go get your damn shot and be nice to each other, damn it. We love you all. We'll see you next week. Neil?
Yeah.
Push the button.
No worries. Toodles, everybody.
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
Attention! This is Colonel Sanders in forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the city. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship! Where is it? Where is it? It's gotta be here. Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works.
This ship will self-destruct in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
6! What happened to 7?
Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. The Escape Podcast was filmed in front of a live studio audience full of tweaked out murder bears.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.